Welcome back. Right now, LA is still celebrating that Dodgers World Series win, a truly historic one. But we have reason to cheer too. There were Minnesota and Wisconsin natives on both teams that played. Here's more on two former River Falls teammates who became champions. This small town is now part of baseball history. The first time former high school teammates have won a World Series together.
This is Alex right here.
Big league dreams
JP is right here.
became a reality for JP Feierisen and Alex Call.
It's really special to see good things happen for good people who truly earn it, who work so hard and do everything the right way.
Somewhere between River Falls and LA, two former high school teammates became World Series champions.
For sure.
Their former coach, Ryan Bishop's faith never faded.
To have those two to get a ring together the same year is like, it's never happened.
JP, a relief pitcher, was on the active roster during the regular season, but Alex was traded to the team late in the year and played in Game 5.
The two households that they grew up in are still a huge part of this community, and people you'd want great things to happen to, like it's those two families right there.
Former teammate and friend Ryan Kuselik didn't get to a game in person, but Coach did. That wild Game 7, though, was watched from a phone on the road.
We kind of needed to pull over. There was just too much excitement.
What are you doing?
Golfing.
You're golfing. I should have known.
Ryan checking in with JP.
I'm glad that Alex, I know when he got traded over there, I'm like, well, go get me a ring, kid. And so it's kind of fun to be able to root for a fellow teammate.
And then we heard from Alex.
Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani and Will Smith, Max Muncy, go on and on.
Their legacy cemented in MLB books and back home.
This park doesn't get built without people like that.
A 300-seat stadium funded by donations was built shortly after the boys won their first state championship together in 2011.
I do think baseball's a huge stronghold within our community.
The players obviously love for the game, but the love for each other, the love for the brotherhood.
It's really cool that JP and I are going to be able to, share a World Series ring.
Morgan Wolf, KARE 11 News.
Couldn't be more happy for those guys. Today, another reason to be happy, the Mega Millions jackpot reaching $843 million after no winning ticket matching all 6 numbers was sold in last night's drawing. It is now the 8th largest jackpot in Mega Ball history. The next drawing is going to be late Friday night. All right, Swifties. What makes a Taylor Swift song popular? That is the question now that one Texas professor asked and found an answer to. Tahira Rahman reports on the invisible strain his research found.
If you think you know Taylor Swift's music, chances are you don't know it like one professor here at TCU. For him, that music just hits different.
I've been a Taylor Swift fan since 2009.
It started in his grad student era.
And my fandom just grew and grew from there.
Now, Andrew Ledbetter is a Swiftie dad who knows the music all too well.
So I was interested in the interconnections among the song lyrics.
The chair of communication studies at TCU wanted to test an academic theory.
That the songs that are most central, that have a lot of overlap with other songs, might tend to be the songs that are the most popular.
So he took all 10 of Taylor Swift's albums out at the time and ran the lyrics through a computer.
Yeah, at what threshold do we say, okay, these two songs are connected?
That number, are you ready for it? 13.
That if two Taylor Swift songs share at least 13 words in common, then those two songs, mathematically, it made sense to treat those as connected.
Swift's self-proclaimed lucky number.
Okay, she really is the mastermind. I'm sure there's no way she could plan to that level of detail. And there was a mathematical rationale for that cutoff, but I just really like that cutoff as a Swiftie.
Long story short, the theory proved true.
You can look at the list and say, okay, generally, there are exceptions, but generally the songs that are most central do tend to be songs that either are big hits or they're perhaps fan favorites.
That was measured by Spotify streams, critic evaluation, and social media mentions.
All Too Well is a very central song.
It's all published research in the Communication Quarterly Journal. And just so there's no blank space, Ledbetter added Swift's last 2 albums too, published on his blog. So would you say that from an academic perspective, there's something to learn from Taylor Swift's music writing?
Definitely, yeah. So I think it helps understand Taylor Swift, but I think it also helps us understand overall, how do we engage with stories in art, and what stories do we find most interesting and compelling?
It could lead to Ledbetter's next era.
I would love to teach a seminar on Taylor Swift.
That's the life of a researcher and a fearless Swiftie.
Oh, those Swiftie dads are the best. All right, everyone, Christmas arrives early at Starbucks. Starting tomorrow, holiday menu returns for the coffee houses across the United States. It includes favorites such as a peppermint mocha, iced gingerbread chai, and caramel brulee latte. New this year, however, Starbucks holiday cup designs, including the viral glass Barista Cold Cup. Very cute. On November 13th, exactly a week later, Starbucks will hold its annual Red Cup Day, offering a reusable holiday cup for free with any purchase of a handcrafted holiday drink. Cheers, everyone. More news and weather coming up.